So what I saw yesterday is just stories that said they're in full-blown tank mode because they're inserting a couple guys into the starting lineup who were numbers. I wasn't even familiar with
guys
the
like
names.
Paul Zipser. Is that one of the guys that they're going to?
I thought he was starting earlier in the year.
He was at times,
but they're going with.
Trust me, I'm intimate with their lineup.
They're going with the youth movement, right?
Yes.
And so that was just a little note. It didn't gain much national attention. I happened to see it because I thought it was funny because you guys are all vested in the Bulls losing, and I figured that maybe it's a grasper.
By the way, there's still 25 games left.
Yeah,
and they just got to win 2 of them.
It's an eternity.
But when Mark
to beat us.
Cuban talks about
25.
tanking, people pay attention because of all the owners in the NBA, he just garners more attention than all of them. I mean, Michael Jordan might be there.
Shocker.
But
Shark
it's Mark
Tank.
Cuban.
right.
Of course, because of Shark Tank.
And so Cuban went on a podcast. Dr. J apparently has a podcast, House Call with Dr. J.
Everyone's got a podcast.
And he said, I'm probably not supposed to say this, but like I just had dinner with a bunch of our guys the other night. And here we are, we weren't competing for the playoffs. They're 18-40. I was like, look, losing is our best option. Adam Silver would hate hearing that, but I at least sat down and I explained it to them. And I explained what our plans were going to be this summer, that we're not going to tank again. This was like a year and a half tanking, and that was brutal for me. But being transparent, I think that's the key to being kind of a player's owner and having stability. I don't have a problem with it. Do you have a problem with teams going into tank mode? Look, it's paying off for the 76ers right now.
They tanked for a good 4 years.
Yeah. That was their plan. That was the process.
They don't want to be stuck in the middle in the NBA.
Because these teams realize the only way to catch the elite, to catch Cleveland, to catch Boston, to catch Houston and Golden State, is you got to have one of those top 4 or 5 picks.
You have to get the transformational type of player.
Now you got to sign some free agents and hit on them, but you also have to have a high draft pick hit.
Picking 7th through 11th is you're in NBA purgatory.
Yeah,
you just are. So if you're going to be bad, you might as well be full on the worst.
The thing is that it's been going on for years, and so this is just one of the more public sort of admittances of it. So it doesn't really bother me.
Right.
I mean, I don't like that tact.
Admission.
I don't like that tact.
But when you're that bad, I get it. You don't like that tact. When we talk about the Redskins, should you tank? When it's a middle of the pack pick, I understand it. But in the NBA, if you're able to get the first or second pick, those picks generally do make a big difference.
Right.
One guy in the NBA can make a big difference. In the NFL, I kind of agree with you. You don't want to lose a game to go from the 13th pick to 11th pick. It's usually not going to make a difference. But the part which kind of discounts it in the NBA is that there's the stupid lottery. So even if you do tank and you have the worst record in the NBA, you only have a 25% chance of getting that number one.
Because they're trying to diminish the people, the number of teams that want to do that.
But think about the number one picks recently. Ben Simmons, he's a difference maker.
Correct.
When healthy.
Correct.
I mean, obviously LeBron James going way back.
Always, the number one picks are typically always difference makers.
Where was Embiid? He wasn't one, was he? Was Embiid
I feel like
one?
he was in the 3 or 4 range.
Yeah, top.
Well, that was only because of injury.
Right.
Correct. But you have to get those picks, and you certainly have to hit on them. So these teams want to get Bagley. They want to get the Ayton kid from Zona. They want to get Michael Porter. They want to get Jaren Jackson Jr. They want to get those kids because they could be difference makers.
When you're not.
And by the way, how is this any different than baseball? How's it any different than baseball?
It's not.
If a team's 25 games out in mid-August, what do they start doing? They expand the roster in September. They start playing the young kids. I mean, it's no different.
But if you don't have the first or second pick, you're a team like Sacramento. Sacramento never makes the playoffs.
Right, you get De'Aaron Fox.
But Sacramento, I know a few weeks back I prepped up this game for Wizards Overtime, and the Kings have drafted guys in the lottery recently, like Ben McLemore, Nick Stauskas. These guys don't make a difference when you have the 7th or 8th pick. So why get a couple of extra wins so you can be the 7th worst team in the NBA? Why not drop those games, be one of the worst teams in the NBA, and then you can get a Bradley Beal type?
Right.
Because that's what you get with the 3rd pick. By the time you get to the 7th or 8th pick, it's usually garbage.
Right.
Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah, but when you have 7 or 8 teams doing that, you have a garbage product. And Mark Cuban is the 2nd most high-profile, at least, owner in the NBA behind Jordan. And if he's going out there and saying, yeah, this is what we're doing in our league, like, what's the point of watching? Why would you pay a ticket if you're in Dallas? Why would you go to a game if you know the team's trying to lose?
You probably wouldn't.
That's bad for the
Maybe
league.
hesitant to do that.
Maybe because you trust the process, you enjoy the game.
But what
And
if
you
they're
want the
not trying
payoff.
to lose and they're still losing? Why would you go see that team play?
I would assume that they're not trying to win if the owner's saying, yeah, it's in our best interest to lose.
Well, I mean,
then it's
that whole youth movement thing.
Well,
is,
then as a consumer, you have to speak by saying, well,
Of course,
I'll come and watch, but you have to reduce your ticket prices while you're going through your tank mode. And then if you get better and you become a contender, I'll pay more for my tickets, but I'm not going to pay premium prices for a team that's tanking.
all right, but the integrity of the sport, I know that's the big question. All right, superstars are forming super teams. All right, the integrity's kind of thrown out the window anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I would have a problem if I was a huge Dallas Maverick fan and I knew they were publicly going to say, all right, we're going to try and lose these last 20 games so we can get Bagley. But if they did and they got Bagley, I might be pretty excited next year.